left in the care of the family butler, Alfred Pennyworth. As Bruce grew into adulthood, specifically once he had returned home from his time abroad, he took on the mantle of the Bat. During his formative years of crime fighting, he worked alone, striking fear into the hearts of criminals as an almost mythological creature of the night. All of that changed after one fateful night. Haley's Circus, a renowned show throughout 1920s America, had come to Gotham showcasing their treasured circus act, the Flying Graysons. This family of acrobats flew through the air with great ease, awing many by their daring stunts without the use of a net. The youngest Grayson, Dick, was an acrobatic prodigy. He always felt more at home in the air than on the ground, and together with his parents, they were a tight-knit group. On this night, Bruce had decided to attend one of their famous shows. Normally, the show went on flawlessly with the crowd on the edge of their seats. This night, however, something went horribly wrong. A local gangster, when denied protection money by the ringleader of Haley's Circus, sabotaged the trapeze. During the height of their act, the Grayson parents fell, dying in front of the entire circus, as well as their horror-struck son, Dick. Bruce witnessed this tragedy, also horror-struck, and was brought back to the night many years ago when his parents died. He saw in Dick a kindred spirit, someone who needed the same direction he had when the pain became too much. He took Dick on as his ward, teaching him to channel his anger and training him in combat. Robin, the boy wonder, appeared on the scene, helping the Batman to bring his parents' killer to justice. The dynamic duo fought crime together for many years until, eventually, once Dick had reached adulthood, they had a falling out. Dick had seen too much in his time as a crime fighter in Gotham. Too many horrors, too much death. He felt stuck under the shadow of the Bat and struck out on his own. Gone were the days of red, yellow, and green, and in their place was Nightwing, a hero all his own. Nightwing became the protector of Bloodhaven, a neighboring city to Gotham, and remained an ally of the Bat for many years to come. We also know that he was romantically involved with the Batgirl on and off for a number of years, though we are unsure for how long. Dick's departure left a void in the Batman's crime-fighting career. Naturally, it didn't take long before another orphan in need came onto his radar. For everything that Dick Grayson was, Jason Todd was the opposite. He was a street kid who had been press-ganged into working for a crook named Jervis Touch, or as he was known by his street name, the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter ran a ring of pickpockets, mostly children who he forced to steal for him. The Batman had been after Jervis for months before he discovered an unruly teen trying to break into the Batmobile. This was Jason Todd. The Batman decided to take Jason on as his next ward in order to free him from the Mad Hatter's grasp, and also because he was impressed by Jason's courageous attitude. Together, the Batman and his new Robin took down the Mad Hatter's child exploitation ring, putting the Madman behind bars. Bruce saw this as helping Jason channel his anger, as he had with Dick, but what he didn't know was just to what depths the boy's anger went. During his career as the second Robin, Jason tended towards excessive force and seeking out trouble. This caused many problems with police and criminals alike, and eventually it led to his untimely demise. During an investigation involving the Joker, Jason struck out on his own, seeking to defeat the psychopath himself. Joker, the clown prince of crime, and one of the deadliest human beings to walk the face of the earth, easily got the upper hand over the boy. Using a crowbar, Joker savagely beat the boy again and again. The Batman rushed to save his partner once he knew where he'd gone, an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of Gotham. But by the time he arrived, he was too late. The warehouse contained nothing but blood and Robin's battered and torn uniform. Bruce assumed the worst. Jason Todd was dead at the hands of the Joker, and it was his fault. Many years later, a new criminal appeared on the scene in Gotham, the Red Hood. He began to take over the criminal element in Gotham, but this was short-lived once the Batman and his allies discovered his true identity. It was none other than Jason, returned from the grave. Ra's al Ghul, the leader of the League of Assassins, had been keeping an eye on the boy for a while, intrigued by his rage. When the Joker had left the boy for dead, Ra's took the boy to his monastery in Nanda Parbat, nursing him back to health and training him through his childhood into his young adult years. Where Bruce had trained Jason to keep his anger in check, the League trained him to unleash his anger on his enemies, using lethal force if necessary. This made him even more uncontrollable and unpredictable. The Batman and his allies took Jason in as Bruce reasoned that he had maintained brain damage from his brutal